I'm with Mr. Sinan Ouattara. There's a big problem here, not just in the Ivory Coast, right, but all over Africa, where people will have to have their poo taken away. It builds up and essentially it overflows into the street. There's not really like a sewer system to wash it all away into a filter. So Mr. Ouattara has developed what's called a biofuel digester. So what is the biofuel digester? How does it take care of the human waste crisis?
A biofuel digester essentially is the system in which we create bacteria, and these bacteria take care of the poo. Normally, people have septic tank where it will be built very, very big, 5 meters deep, and when the poo comes in, every 2-3 months it has to be dislodged and be thrown into the environment or into the sea. And this is everywhere in Africa, including my country, Ivory Coast. It's very, very simple system whereby we will build it and create these bacteria to take care of that waste. And the water that comes with it can be recycled and can be used to water the green places. So nothing go wasted in that system. So these bacteria live in environment that have oxygen. We call it aerobic system. So this air keep these bacteria alive. As long as poo keep coming in, they can stay there for a very long time. So let's say if we build your biofuel digester system, it can be there for over 25 years before you do any maintenance, if every instruction is respected. When I talk about respecting the instruction, is that it's only biodegradable things can go through. So you don't put something like a rubber or what cannot be degraded by the bacteria. So probably if that thing goes in there, maybe every 4 years we have to open and take them out. But if it is respected, it can be there for years. And I can assure you that since we started here in the Ivory Coast since 2019, every biofuel digester we have built, we have received a zero call to say there is a problem. And it's so small, it gives back land to the house owners, because if here in the Ivory Coast you build a house, you need about 60 square meters to build this big system that will allow you to accommodate all this poo and the water from the kitchen and also from the bathrooms. But with this system, in the family house where you will build, you will need 60 square meters to build the whole system. We need 2 meters, 2 by 1 meter to build the system. And the depth is 0.70 meters. Can you imagine that? Very small, very, very small compared to the old system, and it costs more because it's too big. This one is just 2 by 1 meter, and the depth is 0.70 meters. So how do you feel meeting the vice president of architecture of the whole country?
You can see why he's the vice president of architecture, because this house is tremendous.
Exactly.
Everything
is measured, very well designed.
You know, even this door, that's the nicest door I've ever seen.
That's how we are. When I first met you at the airport, I said, "Welcome to the country of hospitality," and it proved to be right.
Yeah,
everywhere
I'm
you
starting
go.
to see that now.
Yeah. But he is the vice president of architecture in the Ivory Coast. If any government project, he doesn't put his pen on it to sign it, it never go through.
Yeah.
It's a very high ranking, and he is able to receive us as if he know us before.
And as soon as we stepped through the door, we were offered a seat. We had drinks poured for us, food on the table. So, yeah,
All right.
very welcoming.
Thank you very much. Thank you for this statement. Even what we use to create the material is a plant base. So it's all bio, as we can say. It's environmental friendly. It doesn't use gas, doesn't use electricity. And this system was initiated by Bill Gates, where he realized in African countries we don't have sewer system, and because of that, people are always ill. The malarias or the fever, and children also die a lot. According to United Nations, every 4 seconds one child dies in the world. With this system, we can erase all this unfortunate situation. So I came to Ivory Coast with this system since 2019. At first, people didn't believe it. In the first place, they said to me, "You are a liar. This is incredible. How on earth this small thing can contain about 40 or 50 users a day? Why it will never fill up?" So I have to fight very, very hard for people to believe it. I have to do this for free. And it wasn't easy. My objective today, as I said to the government officials the other day when we have the meeting, I said to them, "Listen, you should stand by this system for other countries to see it. I'm ready to pass on my knowledge to any generation, any person that want to learn it, and pass it on so we can save our children." We have the meaning now to do it, so we shouldn't waste time. We have to do it now. Basically, what is happening here, we are putting this case here to put a tank on top of it, which will receive the water from the toilet. When it will be exposed to the sun, and the oxygen will go around it and take all the odor from it. which will be used then to sprinkle the garden. So this pipe will bring it to the tank. Then there will be another pipe here that will take it from the tank back to the house.
Yeah.
To sprinkle the.
So the tank is going to go up here.
The tank is going to go up here. Yeah. So this pipe here will bring the water to the tank, and then underneath the tank, you have another pipe here that will take the water to the tank and then inside the house. So over there we put a pipe there which will then be used to open shop, so they can use to sprinkle the garden anytime they want to. To here we are in Africa. There's a lot of sun all the time, so the grass needs to be watering all the time. So they spend a huge amount of money doing that in terms of water usage. So this one will make it easier for them. Yeah. They go to the toilet, they flush the water. The water will be treated through the chambers, come here, and then be used.
Can we go into the garden and have a look at the chambers?
Course. You got the bifoot digester there. All the toilets, water, wastewater, and the kitchen and everything will come down here. Even from there, it will be treated as first hand, but it won't be that clean. And come here, you got a chamber here.
So the chamber is underneath
this
paving slabs.
I think the other day you saw it before we shut it down. So you have the chamber here, which have 3 compartments. One contain a specific product that will kill the bacteria that came from the toilet.
Yeah.
Then it's go to another chamber, also will purify the water. And then from there it's go to another third one, which also fight to kill any bacteria that has escaped.
Yeah.
Then from there, you have a 3-meter deep hole here, cemented, everything. So when the waters arrive here, it just stay here. Then we have a pump inside. Plug it, then it will try bringing the water up. So the water will come up, go through this system that contains some chemicals. Let's go through it and then go straight to the tank.
What kind of chemicals are in here? I know you said there's a charcoal.
Yes, but this is, I would say, another secret of ours.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not only charcoal, actually. There are different products as well. This process will make sure everything here is clean and healthy for people. So you can see all this garden. From the time we finish, this person here will never need to use the pipe water that they have to pay the bill for again, ever. It's finished. You got filters that also keep away all the impurities, the bad, small particles that come with the water.
Yeah.
They keep them in this filter. So probably I would say every 12 to 18 months we can come take them off and clean them and put them back.
So each one of these is a different filtration system.
Yes.
With a different chemical inside.
Inside, yes.
So it goes through 4 different filtration systems
exactly
before it can be used to sprinkle the garden.
It goes to the tanker first.
Oh, it goes to the tanker.
Exposed to the sun with a bit of product in there as well. So from there, I'll give you one that we have already done the test.
Yeah.
It's as clean as drinking water.
Yeah.
There's no smell at all. It washes the water. Go here, washes it. Go there, washes it. Goes there, washes it, and take it out.
Yeah.
And also, we have done something specific to this system because of the size of the house and how many people are using the toilet and all that.
Yeah, because this is a
very big house.
This is a big house.
Big house.
Very big.
So we have made a provision whereby if, for example, the tank is finished, it is full up, and there is say water in the system, and it keep coming, it can flow. So we got something that we call backwash. Right here, we can shut all the system down and then let the water come through only here, and that will be released through another pipe. And come here, come and have a look. Then they can go through, they can come out here, some sort of canalization system at the back. So you go where is the rainy water goes.
Yeah.
So it can go with the raining water all the time. So if we don't do that, the house is quite big and a lot of people live here.
Yeah.
So if we don't do that and the tank is full, where this water is going to go? So we have to come up with a system to prevent that happening, for the water to be flowing. You can't see it there, but it's underneath there.
Yeah, so you've done a good job of patching it up.
Exactly.
So there's no ugly,
Yeah.
eyesore.
Yeah, exactly. And you can work on it without knowing it is there. You can see that. Here, and I plug it. Yeah, you can see the machine.
Yeah.
You can see you can hear it. If you can hear it from here. You see, we put this pipe here.
Yeah, there's a very faint humming noise.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if I open this side, now the people are working at the back, so I can't open it.
No.
But if I to open this side, the water, you can hear the water coming.
Yeah, you can hear the water flowing here.
Yeah. You can hear it.
Yeah, I can hear it.
Yeah. So this is the water. If I open it right now, it will go straight.
And it will spray on your
so,
workers.
So, yeah, so the workers are there, so I can't do that. So more or less, I call this system that save lives, because if you go to prisons or houses that their system is full up and they don't have money to dislodge it, you can see that the poo is coming out of the septic tank and the children will be playing around. All this cause disease. So our objective today is to make sure we are able to build it in probably the poorest area more than even the richest areas, because the poorest area, they can't even dislodge it.
Yeah, because they are the ones
They
who
don't
are
have the money,
suffering the most.
They are the ones that's suffering the most. So my objective today is that the government works with me, that we can build it at all poorest areas, so that the children can play outside. Because in my opinion, the children have the right to play outside, not get sick and die.
In summary, you've just utilized something that Bill Gates already created. It's just a much more sustainable alternative to waiting until the poo fills up into the street and then they collect it.
Exactly.
By which time it's too late anyway, because you've got fecal matter everywhere. So people are dying.
Exactly.
Diseases are being spread.
Exactly.
But not only are you solving that issue, you're actually producing sanitary water which can be used in sprinklers.
Sprinkle.
So you can
the green
reuse.
areas.
You can reuse the poo and the pee water.
Exactly. That is the beauty of this system, because also enhances the environment.
you sure we
Yeah.
can drive down this?
No. The office is there. You can see they painted the new. This is where the taxi is. This is where my park is. And I've been telling them for a very long time that they shouldn't park there, and they never listen.
Oh, this is your
And
parking space.
This is my parking space. You can see the way the place is not good.
Yeah.
I pay a lot of money to make it like that. A lot of money to build it up so I can park. But anyway, we are trying to move away from here. Yeah, we are trying to take another office, so it won't take long before we move here.
Yeah, because this road is just. I mean,
No, before it wasn't like that, but people here are just not trying to do anything about it. That's why before it wasn't like that at all. And the rain is coming in and spoiling the road, and they are not planning anything about it. This is so annoying. I spend money, I made it, they can do it as well, but they won't. That is the thing. Hello.
bonjour, monsieur.
Bonjour, monsieur. Bonne arrivée.
Yeah, I still don't know any French, so I don't know when I'm being asked a question.
Okay, so this is Ulai.
Ulai, nice to meet you.
Our technician, the one take care of everything from our website to our Facebook page, like the communication.
So this is the man that gets it online,
Yeah.
so people can know about
Know about us.
general winter group.
Exactly. Or when you go to our site, everything you see there is the one. He actually heard about us while someone was having nightmare with their house. There's septic tank over there was filling up every week because there's too many people. It's about nearly 20 two-bedroom flat. It's a very strong building. So you can how many people using it. So it was filling the rent money he's taking, he was putting in that. In the end, he can't even afford to dislodge the pool.
Yeah.
People started leaving the house. The land was becoming empty, so he asked his friends to look for a solution. He has heard about some people. Then it happened that he know about someone who knows us. So they came to us. When we finished, this guy was like, so this small thing that you are putting there is finished. This thing is finished.
Yeah.
How? This big thing about 60 square meters is filling up every 2 weeks. We said it's gonna happen 1 week, no problem, 2 weeks. And then we go to the month. And he was so shocked. Then he came to me and said, Ross, I want to work with you. Well, my customer. You brought this. He said, yeah. I love what you are doing.
Yeah.
I'm passionate about the environment. I want to participate in what you're doing. So you can save life, as I said. Because people move from that particular place because the children were falling sick because of the smell of it.
Yeah.
It was coming out. And we saved them.
So that's how effective this system really is.
Yeah.
This was a previous customer,
Customer.
and now he is
It's my
an
employee.
employee.
Exactly. It was so funny. We have an interview here. I'm like, I'm not going to give you good money. He said, I don't care. But I was playing. When I work with people, I want to make sure they get good wages to sort themselves out. I don't want to see my workers, sitting there feeling like how much now I'm going to pay my rent or I don't like that.
Yeah.
I pay better than many people here. So I was joking, but to try and see what about the passion he's talking about. And he just said, no, I don't care. I'll work with you 2 years. 7 years, I don't know. Yeah, nearly 2 years. So yeah, that's how it came about. And he's a very good guy. And when I'm in London, I don't have sleepless nights.
Yeah.
Because I know he is here taking care of the office.
Yeah.
Everything is going. And every single day, whatever happens, I will receive it through my WhatsApp.
Yeah, for context, Mr. Otara here is not always in Abidjan, so he has reliable employees taking care of the business, running things for him. So you can be on the other side of the world, and this operation is still underway.
Every time I think about it, I sleep well. But let me tell you another story, which I will show you the pictures. This guy, everybody left the house. Nobody was leaving the house because of the pool coming out.
Yeah.
They left. So when they called us, we went to the house. There's only one woman left. This woman was pregnant. The husband don't have enough money to pay for deposit for another place. So they were staying in the house. So we installed the system, and I think it was about 2 weeks later, we went there. The woman came from the room. She said, "Thank you. Now, because of you, I know I'm going to put a healthy baby." And the first thing we realized, when we entered the house, it's a compound.
Yeah.
You go one narrow alleyway to enter. The smell was gone. The fresh air was in the place.
Yeah.
She came and hugged me and started to cry. The job we did here, you can feel it. The smell, everything is gone. So can you imagine, she was pregnant and she was thinking that I'm going to give birth to unhealthy baby. How does that feel?
This is why people, your first employers, are working for free.
Exactly.
Because they know there's a bigger cause than just money.
It's just money, exactly.
It's about actually saving lives and creating a safe environment for children to grow up in.
Exactly. So in one way, it's like they bought into my idea. As I told you, his superior that I work with, they said, he started working with me 2 years, no salary, because we didn't have customer. He was having problems with his own family, that he left his previous job to join the job that he wouldn't get paid. It's not about money, it's about life, saving life. With that pregnant lady, and when I sleep and think, there are many places that are worse than where she is. What are they thinking? I can't fathom to think. I can't. Maybe they don't sleep at night. And there's a lot of people living. So that's why the fight will work fighting. The job I'm talking about, we didn't make any profit. But I did it. My reward was the reaction of that woman. And that makes sense.
Yeah, that's why
So,
you do it.
yeah. This is our color. As you go to our website, you can see this is our color. This is Magic's office. Yeah, as he is around, this is Magic's office. Yeah, he is so if I crochet it to do.
So we got some photos.
Yeah, we got some photos here
of the
and
on-site work.
Yeah. Here, everything. That's where everything takes place. Every single day. If he is not on the site. Here is another office which is not in use for now. So we just keep things here.
So that's like where you keep supplies.
Yeah. And down here, this is my office.
Oh,
The one you
very
always
cool in here.
Yeah, I have air conditioning here. For me, it's all about making changes to people's life.
Yeah.
It's very important to me. And also creating employment. Me, Little Sinan Ouattara, not known by anybody, have today been able to pay about 53 people their wages.
Yeah.
Every single month, knowing that they are feeding their children, they can put their children to school, they can pay for their medicine if their children are sick. That makes me really proud, and I'm really looking forward to multiple that.
Just looking at this picture of you graduating your business course in the UK.
In the UK, Buckingham New University, where I graduated in 2022. It was an emotional day for me. I went to the uni very late. Started the uni at 2018.
Mm-hmm. Here you are, receiving
my
award.
It was a really emotional day for me because no one believed me. Again, when I said I'm going to university, they were saying, "Oh, you are old. You can't go to university. You can't even cope with it, this and that." And I said to them, "Listen, if you think you can't do something, you can't do it.